Hello, everyone. This is a tutorial talking about browsing the Diskmaster search engine. So the first step is to just go to diskmaster.textfiles.com. And there's a couple different ways to find assets on this site. The kind of way that's like if you're just browsing around and kind of like looking for specific types of items is up here on the top bar. You can see that there's a differentiation between different media types. So these are CD-ROMs, floppy disks, and then a old file transfer protocol called FTP. So what I recommend is to start with CD-ROMs because they had a fair amount of storage on them. So the assets tend to be a little bit higher quality. So I'm going to click on CD-ROMs, and then within that category, there's a fair amount of already pre-sorted genres that'll help you kind of get to what you're looking for. This doesn't include, everything, but it will give you kind of a good selection to browse from. So I think what we're going to start with is this section, image photo. So these were CDs that were specifically had photos on them. So we'll click on that one. And then you can see down here, these were all different CDs that were released on different years that have, that are primarily photos. So these were often sold, through different retailers. You can see the company that created the CD. And so there's all kinds of different topics, moods and money and finance, all kinds of different images, image CDs on here. And so over time, they kind of have different photographers, different feels. But there's tons of different topics. So if you wanted to search for, a specific word, like let's say we wanted to search for waterfalls, we could just search water. I did Control F on my keyboard. And then I'm just going to search water, and we can just click through and see waterfowl, underwater life, water photography, water sports, spectacular waterfalls. Ooh, that's a cool one. So we can click that one. So now it's showing you the disk itself. So this is the picture of the disk. If we click here, it'll start to go into the file structure of the CD. If we click up here, it will show the Internet Archive page for that CD came from. But that's not really where we want to be. What we really want to click is this little magnifying glass right here. And what this does is it brings up the search page for just that particular CD. So it'll show you kind of the media within there without having to dig through the old file structure. So we're going to click on that. So now that we've selected this, we can start to see some of the images that are on the disk. And if we want to filter by like family, this is the types of files that we're looking for. So here I would go to image. So once I have that selected, that means that I only want to see images. One other thing that can be helpful is to go down here to width and height. This is specific for images, but for audio files, you'd maybe do duration. But let's try and get files that are minimum 50 pixels by 50 pixels. So that will get rid of all these little tiny images that we don't really want to look at. And then just for viewing's sake, you can set this to 250. This is the max number of images it will show per page. If we were searching a particular term, we might turn on this fuzzy matching, as if we want, if we're searching for apple and we want to also get, apples or words that are similar to it, we might do that. So yeah, so we have image selected. We don't have any particular file name that we care about. And then we're saying the minimum is 50 by 50. So then we just hit search. And it will refine our results. And it's a little bit slower, so it just takes a moment. Aha! See, now we're starting to get to some of our actual waterfall images. So we might click on one of these and see, wow, okay, so this is a pretty big image. Awesome. So this image kind of looks huge in this window, so we can actually just go over here. This shows the scale of the image. So we can see it at half scale or quarter scale. And then if you want to download the image, what you want to do is just right click it and hit save image as. And then I will just, save that to my downloads folder and hit save. Now, you'll notice that when I downloaded that, it was a .jpeg file. So that's really, really helpful because in actuality, this file is a .pcd. So that's an old picture Kodak photo CD format that most applications are not going to be able to read anymore. So this little icon will let us download the .pcd file. Now, this may not be super useful in this case, right? Because for development, modern development for images, you probably want JPEGs or PNGs or something like that. But if you're downloading other types of files, you may want to make sure that you're getting the original file. So if I wanted to download that, I just click that. And if I hit save, look over here, we're going to get a .pcd. Oh, it looks like Photoshop can maybe open it. That's interesting. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on here in this image. And then if we want to go back, just hit the back button and that shows, gets us back here.